Okay, so guys, I usually don't talk about sports on this channel, but we got a pasty liberal, a pandering pasty liberal on First Take in ESPN now, a new one. We had plenty, but now we have a new one, and his name is JJ Redick, and he's the defender of Sun people. He's going to get invited to every cookout from Chicago to Memphis to Atlanta. He gonna make sure he gets invited to every single cookout there is. Big Mama he gonna have 1,000 Big Mamas cooking them batches of potato salad. He's gonna be the cookout king in the Sun community. If you don't know, First Take has brought on legendary radio analyst Chris Mad Dog Russo, and he's doing a great job. He's funny, he's cool, it's light. They talk about history, sports, basketball before Jordan. He has a wealth of history. He brings up names that you haven't heard in years. He keeps Stephen A in check. Stephen A can't out-talk him. He doesn't kowtow to Stephen A. But now, unfortunately, I think that his run at ESPN might be coming to an end because pasty, liberal, buffoonish, pandering cuck JJ Redick has decided to take aim at Bad Dog Russo. So they were talking about Draymond Green. Do you have a problem with the way Draymond Green carried himself? Because Draymond Green has been doing a lot. He got ejected in game one, ran around the court a la Antonio Brown. And game two, he got elbowed in the face like so many people do, like he's done to so many people. And as he was walking to the back, the home fans for the Memphis Grizzlies booed him. So he flipped him off and gave him the double bird. And now they're talking about, how do you feel about how Draymond Green carried himself? I'm a brother, and I think Draymond Green is carrying himself like an idiot. I think he's a fool. He's acting like a fool. He does this a lot. This whole keeping it real stuff. This whole, like that thing he said to JJ Crowder, like he clowned JJ Crowder for being from a good neighborhood, even though JJ Crowder's dad played in the NBA. Where are your kids going to grow up, Draymond? You make $25 million a year, right? Where are your kids going to grow up? Since you clowning brothers is, they not real brothers because they grew up in good neighborhoods. His dad, JJ Crowder's dad, played the NBA. Of course, JJ Crowder's not going to grow up in the projects, you idiot. So Draymond Green has been beating an idiot for the last couple of weeks. And he's just spiraling out of control. And this guy, Mad Dog Russo, on First Take, said, "Shut up and dribble." And oh my God, JJ Redick went off on him. "I don't like the undertones. That's how people on Fox News talk." Let me tell you something, JJ Redick. People on Fox News like tuna fish. I like tuna fish too. People on Fox News like fried chicken. I like fried chicken too. They like spaghetti. I like spaghetti too. Fox News actually talks about people look like me, JJ, when they get killed and it's not by a cop. Unlike CNN and MSNBC, where, of course, JJ gets his news. I hate these pasty liberals like him. And he's not even a good guy like Max. At least Max, you can tell he's a well-intentioned, pandering, parental role having over Sun people liberal. At least Max comes off as a good guy. He just, he thinks Sun people, Max just doesn't think that brothers can help it. He just thinks we're inherently violent. Like the dude who killed his brother. Sam Kellerman was killed by a brother who Sam let live in his house when he was down on his luck. The guy beat Sam to death with a hammer when Sam told him he had to leave. So Max overcompensated. But Max seemed like a good guy. JJ's a jerk. And he's a panderer. He's a pandering jerk liberal. And if he thinks that he gonna come on here and make us think Chris Mad Dog Russo is a racist after his distinguished career as a radio host because he told Draymond Green to shut up and play, and someone on Fox, I think it was Laura Ingraham, said shut up and dribble 5 or 6 years ago, and now that phrase is tainted. You can never say that again without being a racist. You can tell JJ spends time around safe son people. He's from Tennessee. JJ's from Tennessee. And if you've ever been to Tennessee like I was a few weeks ago, you know one thing. Tennessee's a very clean state, very nice people. But they have a lot of murder. And you know who's committing all the murder in JJ's home state? No, better yet, let's not even talk about committing all the murder because that's not, that's not, you can't talk about that. You know who's being killed in JJ's state? You know what 90% of the people being killed in JJ's state look like? They look like 16% of the population of Tennessee. ESPN trying to get invited to every cookout, trying to act like an ally on sports discussions. Since when you can't talk about sports without everything being made racial by some white dude? Some white dude turning everything racial and making it, riling up brothers and making us feel like victims about everything. Since when you just can't have a sports talk debate without that? Draymond Green needs to shut up and play ball. He's hurting his team. But look at 16% of the population. 16% of the population in JJ's home state of Tennessee. They account for almost 90% of the gun-related homicides. And in places like Memphis and Nashville and Knoxville, it's almost 100%. But you get to care about brothers and sisters. You get to have a reputation of caring about brothers and sisters and being down and an ally and get invited to the cookout without ever having to address this. That 16% of your state's population makes up 90% of your homicide victims. Since you care so much about us, JJ, since if a guy says shut up and dribble on a sports show or shut up and play ball to some guy who's been hurting his team by getting suspended and ejected and fined, and you going to try to make it a racial issue, show us you really care, JJ. And let me tell you something. A lot of these pasties on here that you see, they were killed by son people. They was killed by brothers. A lot of them. Let's just pick one by random. Let's who killed her. And it's like this. Look. Etwan. Curtis D. Smith from Etowah. and this girl, they killed that girl. They killed that beautiful girl right here. And if you click on, I promise you, if you click on any one of these pasties in this state, it's a 50% chance they was killed by a sunman. And this is a hustle. If this wasn't a hustle, I wouldn't even get on JJ. If this was some real stuff, this is a hustle. This is a grift. I'm going to get on here and anything another white guy says, aha, gotcha. You're not like me. I love black people. You're a racist. And then you go to the comment section and oh my God, all of us, people look like me in the comment section, they're all drooling over JJ. All the brothers are drooling over JJ because JJ is going to tell you that you never did anything wrong. And if you did, it's because of systematic institutions. There's nothing you can do wrong. So brothers is in the comment section. I mean, like JJ, man, you should have seen LeBron. LeBron tweeted about him. LeBron tweeted out like JJ's doing a great job on LeBron I've never seen LeBron talk about a sportscaster or anchor or analyst or a pundit. Even a brother. I've never heard him give a brother a shout out. He gave JJ a ringing endorsement about a week ago. Because, listen, JJ is telling these brothers. Now, he may criticize brothers about, not setting a good screen or, not running somebody off the three-point line or, not making the right decision in the pick and roll. But if it comes to some brother beat his girlfriend or got a DUI or did something stupid or did something that, just everybody be like, damn, like red, black, green, and yellow, that was stupid. I don't care if you was an Eskimo, that was dumb. Or why you do that? JJ Redick gonna take the brother side every time. He gonna make an excuse for the brother. And a lot of people don't understand that's why Max Kellerman is not on First Take anymore. Okay? Because Stephen A got tired. Now, we all know Stephen A is woke. We all know Stephen A is super woke. He talk about if he had his way, every coach in the NFL, NBA would be a brother. Every GM and every coach. But Stephen A, he says stuff like stay off the weed, or if a dude, like kill somebody, he'll like, damn man, you shouldn't have killed that guy. Or a guy get a DUI and miss a playoff game, he'll be like, dang, man, you shouldn't have got that DUI and missed that playoff game, man. Yeah, like that. And he gets killed in the comment section because, he's talking about a brother. And you can't talk about brothers. Brothers, athletes, brother athletes are off limits. When a brother makes a mistake, you can't talk about it. Why you ain't talking about Tom Brady? Well, Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, man. Oh, well, why you ain't talking about this? Then Luka Doncic. It's always why you ain't talking about this. Listen, it's the NBA. 80% of the people on the court are either biracial or brothers. 80% of them. So when you're talking about the NBA playoffs, the best teams, the best players, you're going to be talking about brothers. So Stephen A, he likes to hold brothers accountable every once in a while. And Max Kellerman never did. There was nothing a brother could do to draw criticism from Max Kellerman. And if he did do something wrong, if a brother did do something wrong, it was because of institution, it was because of slavery, it was because of this, it was because of that. It was something that was beyond the brother's control. Redlining, Jim Crow, civil rights movement, something why that brother knocked his girlfriend upside the head or got a DUI. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he's a brother, so he know, man, every brother ain't no saint. Every brother ain't inherently good. Every brother don't do everything perfect all the time. Stephen A., a brother from Hollis, Queens, he knows that. These pasty liberals like Max Kellerman and JJ Redick, They only been around NBA dudes and dudes on the college team, on the team in college. And dudes in certain circles, safe places. They ain't been on the corner. They ain't been at the rec center. They ain't had to sleep in the neighborhood. And you can't go nowhere because that's your house there. And with brothers. So they get to come on TV and talk about and play these games how they're going to defend every brother at every turn. Hey, I heard when you said that had undertones. You're dog whistling about son. Like, we don't need all that. So that Stephen A. got rid of Max Kellerman because Max Kellerman got Stephen A. looking like a Uncle Tom and a sellout because Stephen A. got to sometimes talk about a brother that did something wrong. Now, JJ thinks that he's going to come on here and insinuate that Chris Mad Dog Russo is a racist because he told Draymond, who got suspended in game one. Got ejected in game one. Is going to get a fine for his post-game press conference in game two. Going into game three, Chris Mad Dog Russo said, shut up and play. And some person on Fox 6 years ago said that same phrase. So now, because a person on Fox said it, Chris Mad Dog Russo is now a racist. Stephen A. Smith is not going to like being on the show with JJ Redick, man. Because Stephen A. Smith going to call a brother out every once in a while. Some brother going to do something ridiculous, and Stephen A. going to call him out, and JJ Redick going to be on there. Talk about some, he can't help himself, basically, because that's what Pasty Lil would say. Basically, they saying, your brother, man, he can't help himself, can't control himself. That's basically what they're saying. But he gonna say it in another way, like, undertones and the criminal justice, institutions and profiles and all the crap. He gonna use all these terms to basically say, man, brothers can't control themselves. Brothers can't act right. How you expect them to act right? And then Stephen A. gonna be looking like a Uncle Tom. Stephen A. gonna look like Uncle Ruckus by saying, hey, wait a second, man. I'm a brother, man. I know a lot of brothers, man. Brothers know how to act some, like, what? Brothers know right from wrong. And JJ gonna be like, basically, JJ gonna say what Pasty Lil will say. They can't even get IDs. They don't know where to. Making them have an ID is racist. Making them have an ID is racist. To vote is racist because they don't know what the DMV is. They can't figure out how to get ID. But he's gonna set a basketball version of that. And all the idiot brothers in the chat is gonna be slobbering all over JJ and talking about how great he is and how much they love him and how JJ's the best guy on TV and he's the greatest. And Stephen A., they're gonna be calling Stephen A. Uncle Ruckus and tell him he hates himself and he always attacking brothers. Stephen A. gonna get tired of that. I'm telling you, just like he got tired of it with Max. Stephen A. is gonna get tired of that. Okay? That stuff is that stuff. The only type of brothers that like that stuff, like constantly being told that they never did anything wrong and constantly want white people to tell them that they're, pat them on the head and tell them, it's all right, you can't help it. I mean, so what? You took your clothes off and ran off the field. It's all right. So what? You only played 2 games this year and you're getting paid $50 million a year. It's okay. It's all right. You can't help it. You're a brother. And your 200 years ago, your ancestor was a slave. And I'm gonna protect you from these other mean pasties. I'm gonna protect you from them. I got your back. Steven gonna get tired of that. That's the same thing Max used to do. And Max is a nice guy. JJ Redick is a He's a jerk with it. He's a jerk with it. And it's like, oh, God. Every time I watch the sports, y'all got to hear about how I'm a victim and how some white guy who said something that I'm supposed to just fall apart and fall to pieces because some white guy said that Draymond Green needs to shut up and play basketball. And I'm supposed to just fall to pieces. And I'm supposed to just celebrate you because you called him out on his undertones. Piss off, JJ Redick. I hope you run into some Sun teams in Tennessee next time you're in Tennessee, man.